Grand Rising, hello. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. So I've been holding off on the record because there's someone outside cleaning their car and they keep putting this vacuum thing on. And then also we're still dog sitting and stuff. So I have him here like next to me and he's like a Boston Terrier. I believe I showed him before on another episode of Enchanting Babbles. You know, I was talking about you. I'm sorry. And I'm also like in the middle of like 4 loads of laundry and and I just came back from teaching and stuff like that. So I'm just like, killing many birds with one stone, except we don't kill birds up in here. So welcome. So I do feel inspired to dive in and explore the notes from the universe that I have received as I take care of and do multitaskful and multi-dimensional things, right? Because if you're here, you're a multi-dimensional being. Welcome, you unique, beautiful piece of delicious specimen that is cosmic, that is quantum, that is divine, that is the elixir, the fixer, the breed of seed that is here. You know what I mean, to be all that you can be. Damn Skippy. And I'm here to encourage that on some real, rah shit. Yeah. Yeah, no hidden agenda. I don't want nothing from you. If you want extra services, you can pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Here, when I come on here, this is where spirit has been guiding me for quite some time to just let it all out, let my titties out. Like, let my titties out. So here they're out. And let my titties out. So let's let our titties out. Whether you're male or female up in here, we show the theliums. Okay. We show the theliums. For those of you that don't know what theliums are, they're your nipples. Yeah, so he breathes. He breathes. Do you breathe correctly, or do you breathe from your chest? Only superficial breathing all the time. That is one punishment I'm grateful for that my dad actually instilled in me, because when I was young, he was really body conscious too. He's Leo Virgo energy, right? And so the way he looked, the woman on his arm, the way she looked, was very important to him. And then the aspects of the signs. You're gonna go for a walk? I see you in a little bit, okay? I see you in a little bit. And so these things were important to him. So granted, tyrant might be his ways, but there was a lot of benefit that I gained from some of his punishments that I actually enjoyed, like the martial arts aspect of extra stuff and things like that. So the breathing was a big, strong emphasis. And then because I used to associate in my childhood that because I was born and I was associating with my Western sign, Sagittarius, the philosopher, the student, the teacher, the mentor, the guide, the wounded healer, Chiron, right? And all this kind of stuff. What was the whole thing I was gonna say? I got distracted with the noise. I'm like listening to so many different rooms right now. So that happens on screen for me to show you too, because you too, multi-dimensional being, that can happen too. So we're raising even more levelings of consciousness, cognitive awareness to the divine multidimensional being that you are, and how much you do operate multidimensionally. And like, that's pretty dope, you know what I mean? But what were we saying? What were we saying? My dad, my mom, Bird. Oh, childhood. So much. So much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. If you are new here, welcome. Enchantress the Babbler VI. You'll see why. If you're returning, thank you. And yeah, cool. So forever. Free flow. Right. So, and because he was so heavy, oh yeah, that was what I was gonna say, the Sagittarius. Meditation was important to me as a small child. I always wanted to meditate. And so as like I proposed this theory as a child. Like, this is, my mom was still alive, so it's before the age of 9 that I really came to the conclusion that there was no such thing as silence. To still the mind and to find everything to be silent and that kind of thing, that there was no such thing. And so that used to be my philosophical debate with anybody that was willing to philosophically debate with the 6-year-old, 7-year-old about how there is no such thing as silence. Because meditation was a fascination of mine. And the breathing exercise were very helpful for me to get into deep states of beta, theta, wait up. Beta, theta, wave up. Hi, baby. You wanted to go out for that walk. You've been going out a lot. So that walk is not for you at this time. I didn't go out too. You'll go out soon again. She like, yo, she did not take me. She did not. I would have taken you. But because I'm recording and I didn't do that round, you go on the next one. She already went. Don't feel bad for her, okay? She was outside a moment ago, and yeah, she was asking for extra right now. she a little bit like butthurt about that one. So which brings me to kind of why I'm even recording. Shiva. The animals. Baby, hold on, let me put her. Hold on, let me give her some lovin's. Let me give her some lovin's. Do you want to see her? Okay. Come here. Oh, do you want to see hers? Oh, I don't know whether she's a little bird. Is she a little bird? Okay. Hold on 1 second, okay? Anyways, so what was I saying? Right. So little reminders. So yeah, I want to like, this is a little reminder. This video for you guys. Forgive me. Cool. Right. So there's so much depth to the evolution of you. Right. And we're never going to completely get it in this decoding of uploading of evolution as this human species that we are in its entirety, at least not in this placement of evolution. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't stay curious. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't stay evolutionary. It doesn't mean that we should give up. You cannot give up a quest that is infinite. For you are infinite. There is no end to you. This is always just a new beginning. And so to understand at least that leveling of knowledge about who you are as an infinite being that is more than this body, then to intellectualize that from your own human intellectualism and capacity would then seem foolish to get hung up on any human fact, cycle, terminology, conditioning once made aware. Ignorance could be bliss. Ignorance can lead to mass stupidity in evolution. That could be for another video. The mass stupidity of evolution. And how quickly all the humans appear to jump on it. Jump on it, let's do ride it, my pony. Right? I don't know the words. Come and jump on it, right? Everybody wants to jump on something. Hey, jump on it, ride it. But what are you riding and what are you jumping on? But anyways, that's whatever. So, in my leveling of evolution and where I am in my revolution and where I feel divinely led, guided, and to do how I do, when I do, where I do, in the style that I do. I'm not looking to do or rock or be or depict any other kind of energy but style that which divinely is encoded, uploaded, reloaded, showing it as I am. Right? And so that's the leveling of encouragement that I encourage on these lands for each and every one of you to do the same for you, to the sparking of my channel and the things that you receive and the alchemy of that energy, you know what I mean, that it's going to be receiving and that's going to be activating these light code scintillating sensations, right, that are going to go through you like energy, frequency, and vibration, right, for your upliftment of a nation, right, united motherfucking nations. What are you doing? You were gonna come to me with the incense? She's like, girl, move that. I want you. I want you. I want you so bad. I need you. It's driving me mad. I want you. I want you so bad. I need you. It's driving me mad. You know that I want you tonight. That's alright with me. Baby, you're all I desire. My love is all that you need. Come in my world and baby, you'll see. Paradise is waiting for just you and me. I waited so long for someone like you to make all my dreams and passions come true. I want you. I want you so bad. I need you. It's driving me mad. I want you. I have not taken a sip. I've been trying to sip and sing. Sip and sing. Anywho, Somebody wants you and the world wants you because you're that energy, frequency, vibration. Yeah, if you here with me and you rocking and vibing and tuning in, whether you let me know or not, it's okay. Spirit lets me see things in a whole new way. I'm okay. Right? So it's interesting. Right? So what was I saying? Right? So yeah. I want you. I got a little shy right there. I was like, wait a minute. This is in the state of my evolution now. I feel like a 20-year-old in terms of new experience, but with the wisdom that has been acquired and learned and applied and with newfound eyes. So it's like fountain of youth all the time. You need me? A second? Or no? I was just singing that song too, right? I want you. Maybe your kids want you to leave them the fudge alone and let them learn and grow on their own, right? Those are the kind of seeds we sow, but healthy, wealthy, stealthy. You know what I mean? We could always want to smother and think we know better for somebody else, but it's not your life to live. You know what I'm saying? All you can be is the nurturer, the supporter, the guide, the breed of energy that's needed, that helps them to feel supported, accepted, knowing that ever need we, you got them. And thankful for allowing them to get themselves to without imposing your own point of views or lessons to. It's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So I love being a mother. I get emotional and I want to right now. So, but it's with gratitude. It's not make emotional. Woohoo! I'm gonna cry over here. It's my Pisces moon. Swimming in the sea of evolution that feels good. So that's where I'm here for you guys, right? Whomever's here, tapping in, turning on, tuning in, right? To further inspire your revolution, evolution. It's beautiful at this time because you are a celebrity. You are quantum. You are mystical. You are magical. You are charming. You are alluring. You are magnetic. You are the energy that is needed galactically. That's what's up. Superstar. Okay. I grow weary with saying and speaking colorfully like that too, because this whole new age like spiritual community that is it's like a popularity contest. Like it's like high school and junior high school all over again. Like the catty department, catty petty, petty catty, ego, group, you're in, you're out, you can't sit with us, you sit with us, oh, you're the chosen ones, you're this, you're the highball twin flames, all this and that. And I'm just like, so many that were like that too. Yeah, we're asked to sit back for quite some time. Everybody's journey is different, to observe without input about what you observe, resonate with wherever you resonate, but still seeing the issue at hand, but not understanding, I guess, the mission you command. So part of that is in that lessening plan, but you had to observe, you had to watch, you had to be a part of it. You had to see where everyone else is because you're so out of this world. You're so quantum that this is in our naivety that we believe others operate in that same shit. Like, what is one of your greatest disappointments is that people don't think like you, don't move like you, and fuck shit up in like some misguided like fuck shit energy. When you over here genuine sharing, like celebrating, like thinking everybody's on the same page, and meanwhile they clocking, docking, fucking evil eyeing, hating, like scheming, and like just like ugh. But into your face, like yeah. And so in all the development of you, like in the shade too, shade room, right? Like still you take on the position that you are, and jolly by far. Like it doesn't have to be super jolly. I'm super emo jolly. I had to go through my emo to get through my joy. So the people that meet me in my now giggly, oh, like all this kind of stuff, that was an evolution. Although I've always been giggly, that's just because you got to find the humor in everything, in anything, everywhere. Like, not now, when? If not you, then who? Right? So, right. So this world, right, wants to be all fighting everybody, right? And so I've been watching like certain people that trigger certain dominant masses of people based on their strong opinions that typically don't go with the consensus. Just like when I had posted the thing about the Little Mermaid, like that's not the general popular thing that's going on, because the argument, the flawed argument that could get everybody arguing forever. I get the arguments. I see what you're saying. Nobody's taking that away. But that ain't the fucking solution. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyways. uh, um, anyways. What were we saying? What were we saying? Right. So you have to observe. And so now mission impossible is mission impossible. I'm possible. So many of you that have been silent for some time, is not so much of the oppression, suppression, and stuff like that, but it was the disciplinary, it was the actual lessons being learned. It's like all these people that like keep spreading their legs after every fucking relationship after another and chasing another fucking relationship. How do you learn the lesson of the last so that you don't repeat the same fucking kind of toxic shit? Like, and all you keep doing is taking in energies into your body. Right? And people can be like, oh, that's so judgmental that people be promiscuous if they want to be. Be promiscuous if you want to be promiscuous. But if you're looking for love, promiscuous is not going to get you love. But if you want to be promiscuous, then fucking be promiscuous and enjoy it. Have a fucking blast. But be honest and real about that too. So that when other people are fucking with you, they know what you're about and then can choose for themselves if that's what they want to be about. That's direct communication. That's complimentary to whomever you fudge with. Being on the same level of honesty, and transparency. So I'm not saying, oh, your decision is being judged. Nah, your lie is. Okay. People, one of the first questions, one of the most common denominators of questions that people that have the courage to ask me about celibacy, right? And I hate giving it that name too. Celibacy will imply I'm never going to have sex in this life. Are you kidding me? It's one of the greatest things to do, have, and I enjoy. What? Right? Don't paint me a saint up in here. got my own kinks. Yeah. Yeah, nah. Like, okay, like we perfectly fine in that pleasurable way of being okay with expression in that department, right? There's no unhealed factors about that. But it's part of my life plan, I guess, somewhere, path and purpose where it has been just like that, right? Where it's 20 plus years like of practice celibacy, going years. Not 1 year, not 2, not just even 3, surpassing those without complaints, without chasing. Not saying I don't crush. I'm not a player, but I crush a lot. I crush. I crush. Right? I have, everybody has temptations. Everyone has people drawn. Like I'm not an unattractive person. I get hit on every fucking day. It's not about anything like that. It's not about pre-ego. Oh, I get hit on every day. Like it's not even that either. It's just explaining the difference of where someone could mentally be strong at to not have to be so lost and chasing or feeling empty or lonely. You know how many multi-dimensions exist within my being? I wouldn't understand lonely because then that would be boredom and that would be stillness and all this kind of other shit. And there's so many things going on. When was I lonely? When I was so busy. Even if I'm busy. Don't take for granted even rest, enough, and all this kind of shit. All these things that you do for yourself, that care for yourself, is self-care on top of everything else that you do. It's important. So anyways, so I want to continue encouraging that mental strength, exercise, discipline, habit that you have to recalibrate. You have to identify. You have to make an effort to do, which is part of the conditioning too, the lack there of discipline to do the other thing, which is what is not being done by the masses. It's easier to go back to that which is where you conformed, or what is accepted, or what has been habitual. You know what I'm saying? But one of the questions that I was saying before that is a common denominator when people do ask, how do I stay celibate? So one of the things too, like people in the spiritual community that are more promiscuous than others, and I'm not like knocking any promiscuity. If you want to be promiscuous, like I said, be promiscuous, but be real about your promiscuity. Don't just act like you want to be like detached and all this kind of stuff and you're just having fun, but meanwhile deep down it's because you bruised somewhere, you hurt somewhere, you really do secretly want love somewhere, and this is just an act. Because then you got to go deeper than that. So I'm not talking about that, because there are people, and I have met people this way, that are frivolous and don't want to settle down and are perfectly okay with having different partners and being detached in that department. Granted, if you want to go deeper, a little bit deeper, I'm sure we can go into that like a creeper. But for the most part, they're at least living an honest lifestyle. So anybody that comes in, like say a girl or a guy, because it's not just a guy and it's not just a girl. This is different opposite genders that I have seen this with, right? That this is their lifestyle, this is what they want. They're not like fucking crying, depressed, or pretending here. They don't have time to emotionally commit to somebody because they have other focus in their mind. And so, but they know that they crave and want intimacies. And so they find people that they can be detached with no false promise of a tomorrow for these people. So the people that are with them, when they are with them, are motherfucking aware of what this is about and that this can come to an end. The same thing with my last lover. I was shocked that I was even opening myself up to that experience, because at that point, I wasn't even looking for that. But then something occurred. There was an attraction. It naturally occurred. There was a friendship. I'm big on friendship. You can't be friends with somebody. How the fudge can you be a partner with somebody? Everybody's so quick to the moment you find an attraction with somebody, they're so quick to, that means I gotta F you. I gotta have you. I gotta tap that. I started posting pictures and videos now, like with the wigs and different colors and all this kind of stuff. Now that opened up a whole other paradigm of shit, of messages that I thought I died out with from before in the beginning, where you make a presence known for yourself. People think because you post a selfie or a picture that you need to be told, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, I want to hit like attention and all this kind of attention seeking and all this kind of stuff. Like, and then people can get real ballsy with that shit. Inappropriate comment that I happen to see, like I said, like whatever about what they would do sexually to me. Like, who wants to hear that? Really? Really? Don't you got a girlfriend or a wife? Not even enter the levelings of toxicity as fuck. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. You think my sacred vessel of 6+ years right now, I'm going celibate as fudge, is gonna just give it up to some, and it's not even talking down or emasculating, because I am very feminine and I am a very supportive lover and I'm very like whatever like the case may be, but I'm just talking about the energy. Like there's people that don't have a relationship and feel lonely and they're sad about it, right? And so I want to help that kind of energy too get to a place where you're not sad, even if you're not in a relationship or partnered or coupled. You're not lonely. You don't have to ever feel that way. And that comes with the deprogramming of these programmings, which is conditioning, behavioral patterns and conditioning. So the only thing I can ever be is the example of breed that it needs to be. So these videos are like that kind of stuff too. Reminders for you about the stuff that you do, the unique that is you. And the only person that can go about and articulate that is you. So that's why you got all these like copycats of styles of videos, picker cars, and all this kind of stuff, and everybody competing against the same fucking thing because nobody's being an original in that department. So there's copy central, copy and paste. I channeled the spirit, gave me this picker car video to do for you guys. Nah, you got your analytics and your creeper search ways, and you got inspired by other people's vision in some kind of way. Then they'll credit only some people that they feel like they're crediting, and then they'll be silent about others that like. It's just a whole pretend industry of a lot of stuff. So we don't want to pretend here about nothing ever. So right, so right, so yeah, so we don't ever, right, so linguistics is important to me. That's something that you can even session with me for linguistic coaching to help you speak that which you should and stop self-sabotaging with your own motherfucking language, right? Because mental strength is requires you to pay attention to certain particulars about certain kind of things, right? So that to your mental strength requires to continue that, right? Requires you to pay close attention to how you think, how you feel, right? And how you act, right? These are 3 different planes of existence. So how you think is your mental plane, how you feel is your heart center, and how you act is your physical, right? So think big, feel good, but act right, right? So mental strength and the build up of this, right? You're growing, you're disciplined. You're growing your practice at that, right? But it requires you to be diligent and focused, hyper focused, right, on the reinforcement of these things, your awareness of these things, the efforts you make towards all these pieces of things, the constant reinforcement that you need till it becomes a natural response from you. That's you don't stop. It'll flow. It'll be fluid. But until then, the constant effort of practice and diligence of even just your own consciousness towards it to empower yourself is important, right? You have to empower yourself. You have to create certain kind of catchphrases, right? You have to be honest with yourself too, right? Honesty, right? So I am fair and honest, and that attracts fairness and honesty into my life, right? Speaking the things that are going to be helpful for your visualization. I make mental pictures of my goals that are simple and to the point, right? So affluence, I choose to be debt free and to live an affluent and healthy life, right? So you're growing your discipline for your own security, because when you grow your discipline for your own security, I choose to feel secure and to work so that my bank account is full, right? We can talk about bank account here, but it's just about security, period. Like, it's infinite wealth, right? It's beyond like dollar signs and stuff like that to create. So you create certain kind of things to show yourself how to be in charge with how you think, how you feel, and how you're going to behave, which is how you act, right? So when you can empower yourself, you're being in charge. So there's not oh, if that's going to work out. If you're being in charge, it's going to work out, right? Doesn't mean that hiccups don't come, doesn't mean that roller coaster rides still don't happen, but it helps you to drown out the negative energies that will keep you even more suppressed and oppressed and stagnant and stuck in a way when you're not making moves or making an effort to build yourself up, right? To encourage yourself to be, right? So yeah, that's like that liberator card energy from the last video that I posted, right? So learning to adapt better to change, right? Right, for support here too, I surround myself with supportive people who believe in my dreams. So that brings me back to the reality of certain kind of things, right? Like, to understand that we are souls having a human experience, and to ignore the fact that you have a choice in your position of how you want to view the world, and to choose to get hung up on condition, is to then not believe in your soul, and to put blame upon something else from taking you away from your connectivity with self, soul, higher self, and all that, to feel that disconnect, is just reflective of your hard-headed position that you have yet to identify within yourself and make solution for. So it doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means, it's just like when you haven't formulated the right question to ask yourself, or to see what it is to receive the answer that you need. It's like, knock and the door shall open, ask and ye shall receive. It's like you have to get to the knock first. You have to knock and want it, to say, hey, I need assistance. Help me formulate the appropriate question that I need in order to help me see that which I don't see. Thankful I am for formulating the question in this way, because I know an answer is going to come to me in every kind of way. Thankful I am for that kind of manifestation with my spell casting. And the more disciplined you get in that factor, to start pouring, right? The more discipline you get in that factor, the faster the answers will come as you formulate the questions, right? So right, so learning to adapt to change, right? Think about how you feel during part of the process, right? Because if you can adapt to change, name your emotions too, right? You can name your emotions, it lessens its sting, right? Because it helps you to identify, right? So think about how you feel about that part in the process. So also learning when to say no, right? People say don't take a, like, don't downplay that. It's important to learn when to say no, because, and this is part of our inner child wound healing, learning to say no, because you develop this pattern and behavior in your early youth, in your childhood, because chances are, especially if you're here, right, you were strong empath, intuit, and all this kind of stuff, and people pleasing, and just very insightful. You can see, even if you couldn't articulate that kind of meaning. So the inner wound child healing that's healing here is the struggle that you had as a child to set aside a boundary when adults or others didn't realize that they were overstepping and stuff like that, because it felt awkward or weird, and you already saw the scenario as to if, let's say, you refused or whatever, so it was uncomfortable. Who the hell expects a child to diffuse a situation that is beyond their fucking life experience as a human at this point? So as a child, forgive yourself for not knowing how to better diffuse a fucking adult situation. So in that, you develop this like behavior pattern and this way, right, that became your behavior pattern and conditioning that didn't serve you, healthy, wealthy, stealthy, right? Because of the feelings of awkwardness or weirdness as a small child, right? So learning to find the courage now, supporting your inner child wound healing, is through the adult nurturing towards yourself that you identify through intellectualism, knowledge. What is fucking knowledge without applied wisdom? It's applied knowledge. What is knowledge without wisdom if you don't act upon it? You could learn a lot of shit, you could read a lot of fucking books, but until you apply that wisdom, so the more you grow in your intellectualism, in your own evolution, it should be beneficial to support you as a major tool that you have to utilize every motherfucking day and grow in mental strength and acuity and discipline in every kind of way that serves your evolution. Bright, right, healthy, wealthy, stealthy, right? So, right. So, yeah. Owning your shit too. Owning your shit. Not hiding behind what you own, not feeling bad for something that you feel or that you articulate, right? It builds your character, right? Because so what I'm encouraging here is you creating an environment for your own success. And whoa, I even felt some energy over here, like y'all way successful earthly doing. And this was a mixed crowd, like I said, but like, wow, I don't know who that was. Yeah, like, wow. So, wow. Right. So you see, we never know. Like, we're all needed. And may our evolution continue to serve our evolution, because when it does serve the all, that is the whole, in every kind of way. Right? So creating the environment for success, right? These are like other little missing components and tools that we're all going to each feed one another, right? So what are mistakes? Mistakes are opportunities to change our environment, right? So this is the intellectualism of just, that just makes sense. I see. Like, my daughter has helped me so much with that leveling of air quality that she like has in her wisdom of simplicity. I swear it helped me to identify how I do make things so complicated, right? Like it'll be something so simple as like, I'm copying something this way, handwritten or something, and she's like, why don't you just do this way and save time? And I'm like, right. Mind you, it's not that I didn't know about that, it's that why didn't I think of that too? Like, so it's like the simplicity of creating the environment for your own success, right? So it's like looking at it like this. So like it's like someone being, so this could be love success related too, like, so it's like that conditioning belief of you can't have love and success at the same time, because you have to devote the energy and all this kind of stuff to one over the other, instead of building an empire together, where many seem to have failed, you know what I'm saying? Where they, you know, things like that. So it's like, what's one way to avoid that, right? It's like the yes or no dynamic of understanding something, right? So in a yes or no, do I do this, do I do that, yes or no, right? So it's like asking yourself this question, like, what are you giving up if you say yes? And you know, you think about that, like, wait, okay, well, I don't know what to do, yes or no. Well, if you say yes, what are you giving up? So be clear with yourself, speaking. So then the next question after that is like, well, do you want to give that up? Right? So it's the micromanaging. Like I said, like I like to do a lot of things micro macro. Because there's so much macro in this world, we gotta take micro bites. Right. So we gotta take micro bites, especially for building our mental fortress of this quantum universe that is us, within this infrastructure of this avatar that appears to be something circuiting, right? So mistakes are opportunities to change our environment. So anything that feels like a mistake, a failure, or stagnancy or something, this is your ability to look at it like an opportunity, right? To create your environment for success by looking at this as a way to change the environment that you're in. So what is it about it what is it that you want in your environment? What is it about your current environment that doesn't match that what you want? How can you, what, like, you know, so you're paving it through consciousness, effort, by intellectualizing your conversation, your internal dialogue with yourself, with your purpose, with your function, being clear. Clarity is powerful to empower yourself with. Clarity is powerful to empower yourself with. To empower yourself with. I don't know where these accents always come from, but they come. Right? So right. So what's another thing to do? Act like the person you want to be. No, I'm not talking about a person. Stop it. There should be nobody that you want to be other than yourself. And if you're feeling like you want to be somebody else other than yourself, I'm hugging you right now. But no, you need to stop that shit. Okay? Okay. Right. So act like the person you want to be. So you can think about that. If there's a person that you idolize and you want to be, like, stop it. You know what I mean? But look at what is it about that person that you like. And now start listing those traits, right? Not someone else, but the traits, right? Right. And start celebrating the fact that you can shift anything you want. Start celebrating others too. That's another false motherfucking thing in our society. People acting like they support other people without benefit. Granted, there are people that support without benefit just because they naturally support you, but you know what I'm talking about. Like the people that take your greatness and make these incorrect mathematical equations that compare and contrast that mathematical equation they've been taking to themselves and subtract, and it becomes this energy war of stupidity. Right. So owning your shit, not hiding yourself, building your character, creating an environment of success, right? Using any kind of perceived mistakes as opportunities to change your environment. So it's like being honest with how you feel. Going back to that. You want to make your mark, then be honest with how you feel about something for real, right? Even your ambition. I am ambitious and do not procrastinate or waste time being negative, period. Right? Money is positive energy and it allows me to be generous to others. That's right. Non-attachment. I am certain that I will reach my goal while letting go of how it will happen. Security. Right? I choose to feel secure and to work so that my bank account is full. Affluence. We got this. I choose to be debt-free and to live an affluent and healthy life. Good fortune. The universe provides me and my family with prospects for good fortune. Right? So motivation. I am motivated and motivated people help me to improve my finances, period, right? Attitude, right? I attract success and positive people into my life with my positive attitude, period. PM, that's that, right? I love that. So, yeah, so I hope that this is helpful to you too. And that, you keep coming back, eating the fucking mana as you eat it and stuff like that. Your participation it excites it excites me, gets my juices flowing. So if there's anything further you would like me to articulate upon, the way everything's gonna be, the way that I do it and the way that I do it. But I do like engagements, and I really do hope that wherever you feel stuck, it's hard for you to let go or see past, that you utilize the mana in this channel to really help you through that. But anyways, this is not a cure-all because you gotta do for yourself what you gotta do for yourself. And if there's anything that you can't get past, it's because of something within yourself that's not allowing you to do that. So you can be greater than that. So yeah, it's like Pride and Prejudice. There could be someone you like, but because they're not like you don't have the courage to get past the the discomfort of having to explain, and you feel like you have to explain or introduce this evolution of you that's going to show. If, let's say, you start dating somebody outside your culture or outside your thing, that's such a superficial explanation. And I'm gonna say Mercury is making I'm forgetting simple words. And although that is not how I like to project or put blame to, but I do have more laundry to get to and stuff like that. So my maid is on vacation, so I have to do my laundry. Again, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm getting self-conscious now, so that's just too much shit going on here. To the eyes. All right, peace out, yo.